What a great final we have in store for this year's U.S. Open with Aryna Sabalenka looking to go back-to-back at the U.S. Open. Guys, she's actually into her third straight final here at the U.S. Open. So Aryna Sabalenka back into a familiar spot and facing a familiar opponent in Amanda Anisimova, who just beat Sabalenka at the Wimbledon semifinals. Now, guys, I do want to point out, too, home slam for Amanda Anisimova, and a really big home slam at that. Not only is she American, but she's from New Jersey, the state right next to New York there. Probably going to be a lot of fans coming in from New Jersey into New York City to see Amanda Anisimova in this one. Now, guys, as far as the breakdown goes, Aryna Sabalenka, you guys know the story here, guys. Best player in the world. You're always at the mercy of a racket. Big first serve, very good in the tiebreakers, and very comfortable here at the U.S. Open. Like I said in the intro there, guys, 2023, loses to Coco Gauff in the finals. Last year, 2024, beats Jessica Pegula in the finals. Now, after beating Pegula once again, this time in the semifinals, she's into her third straight U.S. Open final. And guys, she's looking every bit of the part here in this tournament. Obviously, a little bit of a hiccup there in that last match there against Pegula, dropping a set. But up to that point, guys, didn't drop a set. Maybe some iffy moments here or there, but for the most part, guys, took care of business with ease. Now, on the other side of the net is going to be Amanda Anisimova, who did just beat Sabalenka in their last meeting at Wimbledon. And guys, what did Anisimova do in that match that was so important? She was able to use her power game because, guys, it's going to be a big power tennis match. If you like power tennis, you're going to like this matchup. But what she was able to do is she was able to use her power to use to the corners. She went to the corners, got Sabalenka on the move. That gave Sabalenka some problems. She's going to have to do that again here. I'm sure she's watching back at that Wimbledon final, looking at those things, and going to try to execute those yet again. And guys, what a great story, too, for Amanda Anisimova, as you guys know. Obviously, coming back after losing that Wimbledon final, 6-love to Iga Swiatek. But what she came back from overall, she lost her father, needed to take a mental break from the sport, comes back in 2024. Things weren't the prettiest necessarily to come back, but this year, guys, has turned it all around. Big advocate for mental health, and she just continues to make so many strides in that event. So kudos to Amanda Anisimova. Now, guys, the big prediction, as you know, like I said, big power matchup there, the big serve of Sabalenka, the ripping of the forehands versus Anisimova's ability to be powerful going to the corners. Going to be a fun stylistic matchup, guys. It's going to be a great final. It's a hard one to predict, but I am going to predict with some emotion here today. If you guys have been coming to this channel, you probably heard me say this before. If you didn't, I'll fill everybody in now. It's been a rough year, basically. I lost my mom in December, and then just a few weeks ago, I lost my father. Right at the start of this tournament was his funeral. And my dad loved tennis. Both my parents loved tennis. My mom was a big fan of Jennifer Capriati and Andre Agassi. My dad always watched every single major championship. It was always on in our house growing up. But my dad, there was only one time that I ever saw him really, get drawn to a player and really be rooting for them, and that was Aryna Sabalenka. He enjoyed her game. He loved watching her so much. It was always must-see TV for him when Aryna Sabalenka was on. So I am going to pick emotionally here. I am going with your war number one and Aryna Sabalenka to go back-to-back at this year's U.S. Open. I will say, guys, that's fully emotional on my end, and I know I shouldn't do that, but that's kind of where the heart's at with this one. But still, though, stylistically, guys, it's going to be a fun matchup. It could go either way. It's going to be a lot of power tennis, and it should be a fun final at the U.S. Open.